That's amazing. The dogs. Is that even a real story? That's a fact. This is complete nonsense, Greg. Read a book. I guess you are kind of artistic. Incredible. What are you even talking about, man? Go for broke. I don't even know what that means. Let's get it going.
Let's get her going. Keep her going, baby. We are live, kiddo.
Live, we back. Barkology Podcast. What's up, everybody? I know you can't respond, but I'm here with my buddy Greg. Barkology Podcast. We're on episode 12, maybe?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Our goal when we came into this thing was to hit 11 episodes.
Oh,
right?
shit. Yeah, it was.
So we have surpassed that. We have
apparently most podcasts die after 11 episodes. So, our goal was to hit 12 and see what happens.
And now the world is in front of us, Greg.
Yes. So I recently taking over the audio, have been tracking stuff on Podbean, which is pretty interesting. We have a majority of our listeners in the United States, California being the most popular state.
That's where that's like podcast heaven over there.
Yeah. Any guesses on the second most popular country?
New Zealand.
Israel.
Oh,
Israel.
We got a couple Jews coming in. Well, we live in Brighton, New York, so that's...
You think that's what happened? We made it all the way to...
There's a connection. No, I have no idea. I don't know if they can do some sort of telekinetic or whatever.
Jesus. We're just not going to go down that path. Yeah, but no, I thought it was really interesting to look at that stuff. So we do have some followers in many different countries.
Heck yeah, baby. And today we have another guest. Actually, it was kind of a last-minute guest, but our buddy Rob is in the house today. Say what's up, Rob.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Good to be a guest on episode number 12.
Yeah.
Or shall I say 11 today? Working toward 12.
No, we're 12. We're 12. We've surpassed 11. Come on, man. But yeah, Rob's one of our buddies. He lives down part-time in Ithaca, New York, and then part-time in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, part-time in Ithaca, part-time in Pittsburgh. So back up here for the Easter weekend. Very happy to be a guest on the show today. Looking forward to the wide range of topics brought up by you two.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh.
Rob's he's a mechanical engineer, right? Is that what you do?
Yeah, mechanical engineer. So I don't know if we're going to get into any of those topics today, but... Hey, if there's any questions, I'm here to answer them.
He's the guy if you have any engineering questions. But all right, so the one thing that I wanted to bring up initially, Greg, is to say thank you again.
You're welcome.
Not to you. You did that last time, you fuck. Thank you again to Figgy Pudding Art, Ellie, and Crystal. Had a great time last episode. Check their stuff out at Figgy Pudding Art on Instagram, Etsy. They have an awesome business. Phenomenal stuff, but it was fun hanging out with them. Did you have a good time, Greg?
Yes, I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
Also, shout out to Crystal's fiance with the hog.
The man that gets it done.
He's got a big dick. That's what I'm saying. All right, well, moving on. So, Greg, I know you said you had something to mention regarding your pool boy job.
Oh, yeah, but before I do that, I'm going to apologize. I am severely hungover at this point, and I had to be up at 4:30 today to be at the pool boy job, which is not fun. So, Rob, you might be filling in.
4:30 on a Saturday is not ideal.
Not ideal for anyone. But so crushing beers by myself, watching Black Mirror.
Oh, well, that's not depressing at all.
No. No. It's like you always just have to take it episode at a time because you got to take a break and really reevaluate your life after an episode. But this particular one, they were blackmailing some kid. I don't know what he was doing wrong. I can't really remember. But anyways, he's carrying this cake around, and all of a sudden they go, look in the cake. So he starts shuffling around inside the cake, and there's a gun inside the cake. Now, most people are like, oh my God, what are they going to make him do with this gun? My first reaction is, oh, sweet, free gun.
Free gun. Nobody's tracking this one, baby.
Yeah, not getting me with this. I just wanted to tell everyone how depraved my mind is. But anyways, so I go into work this morning at 5:30. I roll in, and there's this dude, maybe my height, almost like 6 foot, some neck tattoo, some black dude, and he is just hanging out with like these two little kids in the lobby.
Did he come off as an intelligent fellow?
Not quite.
Not particularly
But anyways,
on first glance?
Apparently he had been there since 4 a.m. trying to get a room and paying in cash.
So, drug dealer?
So we'll get there.
Okay.
So
okay.
anyways, he's just floating around, going a million like miles an hour. They make their way down to the pool where I'm working. Kids come in, start like chatting me up. They're like nice or whatever. He comes down and he is just pouring sweat.
Oh boy.
Going like a million miles an hour. And I'm just like, I know exactly what's going on here. Like, this isn't my first rodeo. So we get to talking and he starts like talking about money or something, reaches into his pocket and pulls out, I kid you not, a stack of hundreds that was easily 10 grand. Just strolling around in his pocket.
He's got back problems from sitting on that stack of hundos.
Right? And I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you don't know me. Like, who says I don't call my buddy and like tell him, hey, this dude's rolling around with like 10 G's in his pocket cash. So anyways, eventually he did get a room. Apparently the system was down, so they couldn't get him a room. Asked for a suite. So the woman at the desk, I'm up there. I'm enjoying all of this. Like, just totally not doing my job. Just like sitting there, like talking to this guy. So he's sitting at a table in the lobby with just like all of these hundreds just fanned out. And just like waving them in the air.
What the fuck
Just
is
balling
going
out.
on?
Just balling out. So I'm talking to him and stuff. I'm just like picking his
Let me
brain.
interrupt real quick. So the place that we always say Greg's like a pool boy, but it's at this really dope spa, like resort hotel that you get free golf at.
Yeah, it's one of the nicer hotels in Rochester.
Yeah,
They've
so
got,
this
like,
guy's in the lobby of this place just fucking fanning out 100s. What the hell?
Dude, but the place is a little dated. There's like pictures of like paintings of presidents on the wall. It's the funniest place in the world. Mm-hmm. But nice gym, nice pool, nice golf course, and it's walking distance from my office.
Yeah, so you can just head over there if you want to.
I can just literally walk from my office to the golf course and golf for free. So that's why I'm pretty much working there. But anyway, so he's checking into a hotel. He asks for a suite. They give him the Victorian suite. I saw pictures of this place.
Yeah.
It literally looks like the Duke of York is going to like stay in this place. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
You sell it out like once a year because it's
and I'm
10
like,
grand a night.
It's $460 a night.
Oh, that's
Hands the chick. Hands are $500. Hands are another $200 because his credit card won't run for incidentals. She's like, give me like $200 for incidentals.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
So you guys are, for being a nice place, you guys are running it pretty lax.
Oh, it's real lax. Anyways, I'm looking at pictures of this place, and apparently he calls back down, or they call up to him. I forget why, but he's like, yeah, furniture's real nice, but not really my mojo. And it's like these fancy armed chairs that like literally look like they were pulled from England. It was just the funniest room ever. I'm like, dude, you do not fit in here.
Didn't really fit.
So, Greg, you're saying he's not related to the Duke of York?
No.
Any Victorian relatives at all?
Potentially, probably not. But yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and say no. Apparently, he ordered room service and requested 3 lemons,
Cristal.
extra salt.
Oh, Jesus. So he's just fucking wiling up there.
What are you doing with 3 lemons and extra salt? They brought him a salt shaker.
I'm assuming that he's just partying with some tequila.
And 2 small children that were like the age
Yeah,
of
that's
like,
actually, we forgot about
12.
that. We skipped over that pretty
so
quick.
You did a lot of background on the man, but what about the kids here?
All right.
There are 2 small children that money's being fanned out. These kids, are they just running around? Are they sitting politely? Are they being well behaved? Or
Do they have tattoos on their face?
Are you being the babysitter, like from pool boy to babysitter?
So yeah, I did do a little bit of babysitting. So they came down to the pool, and who knows where this man was. Apparently, they were brothers and sisters.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it wasn't his kids; it was his brother and sister. So he claimed.
So he's the uncle.
No.
No,
Like
it's a brother.
So he was old.
He was like the older brother.
So he kidnapped them, is what you're saying.
He also told me about a Corvette for $40,000 cash, and I'm like, that is the best way to draw attention to yourself.
Well, is he maybe like a well-known rapper or something that you just are not aware of?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But anyways,
you
so
didn't get that vibe.
the kids are like they're like hanging around the pool. They like, you can tell they want to go in, but they don't have swim trunks or anything. And they're like putting their feet in the hot tub. Then they're like the boy is like creeping in, and his like pants are getting wetter and wetter. I'm like, yo, I got a pair of like leftover shorts someone like left in the gym. I was like, dude, put these on. Like, I can't have you rolling around in wet pants. Like,
Greg's facilitating children to change their shorts in front of him from the lost and found bin.
it was absolutely not like that. It was definitely changed. He changed in the locker room, which I was not in during that. But I just felt so bad. I'm like, I can't just have this kid strolling around in like soaking wet pants. I'm like, dude. And then he's just chilling there. He's chilling there in the hot tub with the bubbles on, just like sprawled out like a G. I'm like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you look good now. Now you're killing it. Oh my god. All right, so what ended up happening?
That's it. He got a room, and that was all I heard of him.
So until
that was today.
That was
this morning. Okay, so
until tomorrow.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
to be determined, huh?
But apparently the hotel room that he got was like 2 floors, so it should be pretty cool.
All right. Well, cool. All right, that's an interesting story
So yeah, I will keep you posted if I hear anything more.
about your boy. I'm gonna call him your boy from now
Joe boy.
on. Go ahead, Rob. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So this is the Barkology podcast. I have a dog-related story that's kind of a first-world problem here.
Do it up.
Ooh.
So my dog from college was a American Pit Bull. Now lives in the friendly confines of Brighton.
Sexy little lady she was too.
She's a beautiful, beautiful pup. Absolutely beautiful dog. So my mother's trying to get a new car. In her older age, I told her go get something nice. So she's looking at an Audi Q8. She's looking at a Mercedes MLK 450 and MLK 350. And her biggest complaint is the dog can't get in the back seat of 2 of these cars.
Oh yeah, and
That's a legitimate complaint.
Sophie, right?
Yeah. Sophie is, 12 years old, bad leg, goes acupuncture, massage, physical therapy. Very spoiled dog.
Treat yourself. But yeah, I knew that she had the torn ACL, right?
Actually wasn't a torn ACL. It was, it just needed to be rehabbed. It was a misdiagnosis the first time from the vet.
Okay, so that's pretty wild. But either way, moral of the story is that the dog's old, bad knee, going through rehab, getting all the treatment, can't jump up into the car.
Exactly. And I mean, you go to buy a car and you think, I want to get this car because it's comfortable. It has, good styling. It's fast. No, gets the car. Can't pick a car because if the dog can't get in the back seat, deal breaker. Absolute deal breaker.
It has to be, man.
So, again, we'll find out. There's still in process trying to find out which car to get for this dog.
Get like a little step ladder going up into the
Yeah.
back seat or the trunk.
I know Jeeps have like a ladder.
Really?
Like the Wrangler, or not a ladder, but like a steps you can unfold for your dog.
That's pretty dope. Wow.
In more fun news about dogs getting in cars, Oliver learned how to get in the car on his own yesterday for the first time
Without you?
without me.
No. Explain this a little more. You mean
Okay.
he goes outside without you, you're inside, and he can
No.
unlock. Okay,
Yes.
there you go.
Yeah. He
Elaborate.
unlocks car doors, Scott.
That's
He
what it
actually
sounded like.
picks
That's what
them
it
with
sounded
his
like, you
teeth.
fuck.
No. So whenever we try and put him in the back seat, he puts like his 2 paws up and then just kind of looks over his shoulder and just waits for me to grab his like dick and balls and just scoop him into the car.
Hey, man, if I had a dick and balls as big as his, it'd be hard to jump up into the car, too.
And like, oh yeah.
He's taking advantage of you. He's using that as the dick swinging dog right there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what he's been doing. But the other day, yesterday, he hobbled his self up in there without my help. So
He's growing
and
up. They
mind
grow up
you,
so fast.
He's like an 80-pound dog, so it's not the easiest scoop. I've definitely thrown my back out lifting him into cars before.
Well, you are out of shape and soft.
Yes, I know.
But that's
Sorry.
good for him, though. Good for him. Take a little weight off your shoulders or back, however you want to say it. All right, guys, we're moving on. The one thing I wanted to bring up was last night I had a good time going to the Seinfeld stand-up show in Rochester. That was so much
My
fun.
supervisor went to that too.
What's his name?
Daisy,
Nope, never met her.
short little Asian, half her head shaved, black hair.
Did I meet her?
No,
It seems like somebody I would remember.
no, manager from the spa.
Oh, okay. So Daisy. All right. So it was good though, man. One thing, did you guys listen to Seinfeld growing up?
Yeah, big Seinfeld fan.
Good.
Love Costanza, Kramer, all of those guys. Just such a great comedic value.
Yes, absolutely.
I nodded my head yes and realized that no one can hear me nod.
Greg is slowly deteriorating behind the mic right now.
Slowly getting worse.
No, you'll get better as we go along. Get excited, bro.
I dip my face in water.
Get yourself a little refresher.
Apparently I saw this trick. You fill up a bowl of ice and just put your face in it. But like you literally feel like you're being waterboarded. It's not the most fun, but you feel better after.
Maybe we should actually waterboard you so you stop being a pussy.
I could soak it, dude.
I could do it.
Dude, if I was sober, maybe, but like hungover, I just vomit on myself. So sober, I could do it.
To elaborate on that, ice baths have been, a great way of how, Laird Hamilton, this crazy surfer.
Big wave guy.
Big wave guy, was one of the pioneers of like the tow out on the jet ski for, these huge waves in Hawaii and down in Fiji and the Southeast Asia seas. He takes ice baths daily for his body. So maybe he's onto something. Maybe, it doesn't seem like he gets super hungover, but hey, I mean, maybe we should try it. That could be a good segue.
He probably doesn't get hungover because I'm going to guess he doesn't crush 6 packs of 7% IPAs.
Yeah, he's not drinking as much. But yeah, no, Laird Hamilton's he's the man. He does like a lot of the sauna, ice bath, the sauna stuff. But now they're into this thing called, I forgot where I heard it, called coiling, where it's like a surfboard or wakeboard, however you want to look at it. And then underneath there's like a 3-foot pole, then like another board. So you're actually like surfing above the water on a massive, huge wave. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, no, that was also in the article that I read on him. He kind of had pioneered that design or had worked to make a design with a few other people to kind of cruise more out in the wave. Once you go and get that momentum going, you're actually able to cruise further out in the ocean, really ride the waves in. Never done it before, but
not something.
Seems like a cool thing.
Not something the typical person does in upstate New York, right?
I mean, I think Greg, if there's anyone here, I got confidence in him with that pool boy experience that he can really handle the water.
Yeah, I've been known to test a pool or two.
I feel like you just tell kids to take their pants off at the pool, and that's it.
I absolutely do not do that. Yeah, it's a funny job. I literally just do nothing.
Hey, free golf. I'm waiting for that. We were trying to go today. Actually, that was our plan after the podcast was go golfing, but it's like 6 inches deep mud on the course.
We have golf carts too now.
Talk about a plug on that pitching wedge shot. Ain't finding it today, boys.
Yeah, no, it's gone. Yeah, you can't hit anything up in the air.
Tiger.
All right, so yeah, I went to the Seinfeld show. The one thing I wanted to say was he does a great job. Even though he's in his 60s, he's got endless energy. I mean, he did 2 fucking shows, 7, 9:30, but he covers the entire spectrum of comedy when it comes to age, relatable content that is current as well as maybe back during like the 80s, 90s. But he doesn't relate anything to Seinfeld. So there's no Seinfeld jokes, which is awesome. So he's created that barrier between the two, but he's still hilarious. I mean, I was laughing my ass off the whole time. But one thing my fiance Leah does is every Christmas she buys everybody in the family, like 6 or 8 people, a ticket to something. This year it was Seinfeld, but what she does is she intentionally randomly selects seats. So
you sit with strangers?
You basically end up sitting with strangers, but it's fun because if there's an intermission for a play or something, you can like reconvene and talk about it intermission, but you actually like really enjoy it. You're not worried about seeing what the people next to you are laughing about. Like if I was with you guys, I'd be like looking at you guys to maybe see what's funny.
Is this funny?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's fun to actually sit there and laugh at his jokes and relate and all that.
That reminds me of a hilarious story. That when we went to theaters to watch The Wolf of Wall Street, and we end up sitting next to, I would put them at 70 years old, these 2 women.
Okay.
And opening scene is just like him just talking about all of his drug use. Mm-hmm. And you and I are laughing our asses off. And there's scenes where he's like blowing coke out of this woman's like butt. and
I thought
just
he was blowing it into her butt.
I don't know.
Yeah, blowing into the butt.
Out, I don't know. But like some of the
out.
most raunchiest drug-related, sex-related scenes, and I don't know whether to laugh or keep it in because I'm sitting next to these two 70-year-old women that whenever anything happened that was like super inappropriate, the one would go, and I'm like,
Jesus.
I couldn't tell if she was laughing or just like a disgust, and I'm sitting there just dying laughing. I can't keep it in. And it was just like watching that awkward movie, like a sex scene when your mom's like watching a movie with you. I just felt like that the entire time.
You know, it's a funny point going to the movies. You know, sitting with these specific, elderly, crowd of people there. Sometimes you have like these, elderly folks that are absolutely loving it. They're just, laughing their asses off.
You knew that they were crazy
You
back
never
in the
know
day.
what you're gonna get.
But going back on Scott's point, I think that's a cool concept to go and sit with random people. Go out. You go with a group of 6. Everybody spreads out, reconvenes at intermission.
Mm-hmm.
Talks about favorite things, but you really can have get your own perspective on the type of comedy you like, and it's almost great for people watching, sitting around with random people, and then half the show you could have a story to tell about this group of people you sat next to.
Yeah, that
adds to the value.
Absolutely. Yeah,
You ever go to like a restaurant alone?
Man, Greg, you're just making this seem so depressing. But yes, I have.
I do it all the time.
Why?
I don't know. I like it. It's kind of. I like bars though. So
That's
I
it?
talk to the
That's it?
bartender. Yeah.
That's all
I
you're
like going to
bringing
the
table?
I like going to the bar alone. Sometimes you meet someone random there. You
Have a
go
nice
there to
little
have a beer.
conversation,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have a conversation. Go have a beer or two. If no one's there, hey, a little, break from people around
Just
you, decompression.
Decompression's a good way to put it. Yeah, thoughts in your own head, hanging out by yourself. I think it's good. I think it's beneficial. All right. The other thing that I wanted to say was today, right now, Leah, my fiance, Rob's girlfriend, Kat, a handful of other women are at Leah's wedding shower. And I don't know what the fuck that means.
And I agree with you. I asked Kat, what goes on at
What
these
the
things?
hell is happening?
She goes, well, there's a brunch. We talk. There's some games, open gifts, and that's it. I go, I think there's a little bit more than that. But maybe that's what it is.
It's funny you say that. My girlfriend Danelle is at a not a bachelorette party, a wedding shower too.
Wedding shower.
Yeah.
For who? Greg doesn't care about Danelle's friends. I'll put that on the record.
Wow, don't say that.
Officially stricken from the
don't
record.
know.
Yes. All right. But yeah, I don't know what that means. I think, my stepmom, my mom are going to be there. Then all of Leah's family, part of the bridal party, wedding party, bridal.
I think bridal party is it.
What
Wedding
is-
party would include groomsmen, I believe.
Yeah. What is the saying for just the
Groomsmen and bridesmaids.
Yeah.
bridesmaids?
Jesus,
Jeez,
dude,
there's a
turn your
movie.
brain
Greg
on.
comes out of the woodwork with what he's saying right now.
What did we screw up last episode?
About what?
There was a word.
A word.
Stoic, not stoic. It was.
Oh, it was a word that I can't remember, but it was a synonym with stoic. Either way, basically what I have to do after the podcast, I have to go show up, pack all of the gifts into the back of my car, say hi to everyone, kind of act like I'm super surprised, like, oh my God, I didn't know you guys were going to be here, but
It's
you're
so
here.
good to see all of you.
Yeah, talking a higher pitch. It's so good to see you guys. Hug everybody, kiss hands, shake babies, do that whole thing. I intentionally did that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. But the one thing that's super weird is they live at the end of this like cul-de-sac or like dead end road, and the neighborhood, because it's Easter tomorrow, had the Easter egg hunt going on. So there's like hundreds of kids running around, but then there's 20 cars going to this wedding party. So I'm just gonna try to not hit any children.
Agreed. I think
I advise that.
Thank you, Greg.
That's why you have to have the these backup cameras on cars. These blind spot detectors. Kids chasing Easter eggs around this time of year. Crazy stuff.
You got a kid looking for an Easter egg in your goddamn exhaust. You'll never see them. They're gone. There's already a couple dead right now.
It's like a deer in the rut. It's not even looking, just running across the street.
Yeah, sees that hole. I'm going for it.
Who's that asshole that put the deer feed in the middle of the fucking I-90 right there? Dick.
Yes, Rob. Oh my God.
This episode is derailing
It's
so
great.
quick.
No,
and I
we'll get
love
into the
every
stories. We're gonna
second
bring it
of
back. We're gonna bring it
We're
back,
gonna bring
man.
it back here. All right, Scott. What do we have next here?
I'm bringing us back in. No, the only thing that I thought was super cool, though, I'm not a golf fan. We play golf, but I don't typically watch it unless it's a big event. But Tiger won. I'm sure everybody is, commenting on his win. Pretty huge. It's cool. I mean, it's cool to see. He slayed all the bitches. All of the respectable women. He, won. How many Masters has he won prior to this one? 4, 5?
This was his 5th Masters.
Yeah,
for
so
him.
Rob's more into the golf. The golf, what would it be?
World
The golf world, I guess.
scene
Show.
That was one of the best, tournaments for a comeback. First major win, I think it was 11 years.
11 years, yeah.
Last Masters win since 14 years. I mean, this is Jack and Nicklaus-esque, who won his 6th Masters at 46. Tiger's 43.
He's got a couple more years.
He's got a couple more years left. The back's looking good. The shot, he almost got a hole-in-one on 16. It would have been absolute pandemonium. And
people would have lost it, yeah.
You had Jim Nantz saying this is the best tournament, he's ever called before. And you had Nick Faldo, this English guy who was just saying, Tiger's, he's washed up, he's done. And Nick Faldo's no slouch himself, 3 Masters titles, 3 Open championships.
Mm-hmm.
Great golfer, solid golfer, but these guys are jealous, they
are.
Tiger coming back, everyone kind of thought he was done, and he came back, he held off Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka, and those guys are just swole fellows.
They're big boys for golf.
Huge. I mean, like Dustin Johnson's like 6'4". He's got that big, easy swing, just pummels the ball. Koepka goes to the gym every day.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look like a golfer. Looks like a middle linebacker for your, Buffalo Bills team.
It's like a pendulum swinging. It's just like bombing like 350-yard drives.
350 hitting wedge in, and you got Tiger, who is just, Mr. Consistent for once. Hadn't hit the driver well, and then at the Masters, he's fading the ball, it's drawing the ball base, shaping the shot for the necessary hole, and that's what showed that he's working his way back. I think if he was going to win one more major, if he's going to win more majors, the Masters is definitely for him. He knows that course, the experience of it. It's there every year. I mean, this year, though, Bethpage Black, he's won there for the PGA.
Where's Bethpage again?
Long Island.
Long Island. Oh, yeah. I knew that.
And then the U.S. Open this year is at Pebble Beach. Tiger had that huge U.S. Open win at Pebble Beach all those years ago when he was younger. I think it was like a record, blew the field out by like 10 strokes or something. It was just one of the biggest major victory wins at that point.
It's going to be interesting to see, what happens moving forward now, but congrats to him. I mean, that's fucking awesome. His how many kids does he have? 3?
He's got two
kids.
And they said it was this Masters win, he said, was so emotional, because his kids were never, they've never seen him win a major. His kids are not, I think they're under 10 years old, both of them. So neither his son nor his daughter's ever
too young to even notice. But the big thing, sorry to interrupt you, Rob, the big thing was like the last time he won a major, his dad was still alive, right?
No, his father passed away for his Open championship at St. Andrews. And it was like he won there, and he said it was one of the most emotional wins ever. And he said going back, this win at the Masters last week was on par with that because he was his son came up to give him a hug, and he felt, I finally won for when my son could remember it. And it really made me think of the relationship with my father.
Yeah, it's like the passing of the torch generations. It's awesome. It's awesome. All right. So we're finally into the dog stories, Greg. Do you want to lead us off? Greg was not, he was staring at me, but I think he was sleeping with his eyes open.
Fell asleep.
Lights on, nobody's home today.
Yeah,
home.
I'll kick us off here. I've got a real doozy for you.
Coincidentally, again, though, I think we both printed out dog/drug stories.
Ooh.
Right? Is yours a...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
kinda.
Hopefully it's not the same story.
So this is a story about Gavel. Gavel the puppy may have started from the bottom, but now he's one of the fanciest dogs in the world.
So the Drake of dogs started from the bottom. Now we here.
Who let the dogs out?
That is 6th grade. That is old school.
So Gavel actually has the title Vice Regal Dog in Queensland, Australia.
Say it again. What's
Vice Regal Dog. It must be some fancy title for fancy people over there.
Gotcha.
So the German Shepherd was originally enrolled in the Police Dog Academy with the Queensland Police Services, but his handlers
play it.
there decided he was a bit too friendly and did not have the necessary aptitude for a life on the front lines.
So he's the pussy. He likes to go sniff people's butts.
He was just
hang
a
out.
little friendly guy. All right?
He's a lover, not a
break.
fighter.
Yeah, all right. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, I made that seem negative, but
So in February, they kicked him out of the 16-month program early. Fortunately, he wasn't out on the streets. Well, geez, I'd hope so. Goodness, just sorry, you can't cut it in the police academy to the streets. But that did not happen. So Gavel had been living at the official residence of the Queensland governor's house since April 2016. And once he realized he wasn't suited for police work, Governor Paul de Jersey gave his four-legged friend a new job. You following me?
yeah, I'm following. That's
Okay.
cool.
So
I printed this out for Greg, and
Yeah.
I printed the images, but then they came up blank, so it's chopped up so funny. Continue reading, though.
So in quotes, he has outgrown 4 ceremonial coats, undergone a career change. His official title is now Gavel, VRD, Vice Regal Dog, and brought untold joy to the lives of the governor, Mrs. de Jersey, the government house staff, and thousands of Queenslanders who have since visited the estate. The office of the governor, Paul de Jersey, told BBC News. So while Gavel may not be tracking criminals as a police dog department once hoped, he has begun hard at work welcoming guests and playing with tour groups at the governor's house. Since his promotion to Vice Regal Dog became official in February, the governor's office has started posting many photos of Gavel's best moments on social media. We should follow him.
Gavel, that motherfucker.
So we hope Gavel's with us for a long time into the future. Governor de Jersey told the news.
Greg,
That wasn't the best story.
it's all right. We wing it every time, but cool story. Cool story. I think I gave you the short version. It was the cliff notes of the story, but it's pretty cool though that although Rob, I like what you said. You know what? He's just a lover. He's just a lover, right?
He's a lover, man. You know, he wasn't cut out for that grind police work. You know, he wasn't trying to bust anybody. He just wanted to be Instagram famous.
He just wanted to be Insta famous. Yeah, man.
So I have I forgot to tell you guys, there was a dog story, feel-good story about this dog.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
This dog?
Or not this dog, another dog. Recently this week, there was a dog who was found swimming 135 miles or 220 kilometers off the coast of Thailand.
Okay.
Wait, what?
And-
On purpose?
No, it was the people of the oil rig found this dog swimming. Like he was had somehow, I don't know if he was abandoned out at had jumped off the boat and was out there.
It was the Wilson of dogs.
Yes, the Wilson of dogs. So this Chevron oil rig in Thailand, the workers pulled him on board. They said it was a bit of a struggle because they, obviously an oil rig, not
the easiest.
not easy for people. Not easy for people to get to, but let alone get a dog on there. So they rescued this canine, and they named him in Thai Boonrod, which means survivor.
Boonrod?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
That's what it says here.
Fucking dope. All right.
And he is, I believe, an Aspen Dog is what it says here, which is a breed native to the Philippines.
Yeah, we're going to have to look that up.
So,
Aspen Dog.
yeah,
man.
ASPIN.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
And so what happened is, so the dog was, on the oil rig. They fed him, took care of him. He's in good health. He was taken to like the Thai animal shelters, is being put up for adoption. But one of the oil workers said if no one adopts him, within a period, he will adopt the dog. So real feel good story.
Awesome. That's crazy, man. Aspen dogs. What does that look like? It's almost like a.
I know you guys can't hear. I mean, here's a photo for you guys to see.
We pulled it up on the screen, man. What is it? Is that what it looks like? Is that similar?
No. This one looks a little. This one looks a little bigger. Maybe not. I mean, I've got this article here. We'll see.
Aspen dog.
Aspen dog. Man.
Aspen.
That's what I need right now.
There it is. That's it right there.
That's a pretty cool story, though.
Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah. He looks a little timid.
Thank God for big oil, right?
That's wild.
And we don't generally hear that, do we? Thank God for big oil.
True. Rob, I love that you came in. You had a story about a dog. Most people, well, our first two guests, although Robert was a musher and Ellie has dogs, Rob came in winging it with a dog story.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope. You've set the precedent high. All right, I'm going into my dog story. I haven't read it. It looks like it's chopped up into fucking bullet points. We'll
Can you
figure
take
it
this
out.
picture off the screen? Because this dog doesn't have a nose, and it's really making me kind of sad.
Sorry, I left a. Ooh, what is that one? Is this the one you're looking at?
Yeah, dude, I'm not going to look. It's disgusting.
It's like a mid.
I feel really
a
bad.
small person
Can you get
dog.
rid of it?
Yeah, I'll get rid of it.
Right now?
Oh, shit. Oh, that one's terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, now I feel better.
I apologize about that, Greg. All right, so I'm not going to read the title of my story because it'll give away the story. So, federal agents made the largest seizure of fentanyl, and everybody says fentanyl, like null,
Fentanyl.
but it's fentanyl,
Fentanyl?
like NYL at the end, fentanyl. In U.S. history over the weekend, thanks to a drug-sniffing dog. So thanks to that motherfucker that you are in love with at the airport, but once he comes to sniff you, even if you have no drugs, you're like, oh my God, you get super nervous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they could eat you at any second.
Well, they're just like, you think they're super cute. You're like, wow, they're doing their job. But then as soon as they come sniff you, you're like, oh my God, don't fucking get me busted.
You're like, why are you looking at me?
Yeah, but even if you have nothing.
So what kind of dog was this?
The picture looks like it's a German Shepherd. Of course.
I always
Malamute?
thought that was the most common dog. So I came back from France last year, flew from Charles de Gaulle to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the drug-sniffing dog of choice was in Charlotte?
What?
A fucking beagle.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's got a great nose, a bit of a hound family, but doesn't really strike the intimidation factor that
No.
those fully dark German Shepherds where you can't really see their eyes, but you can see the teeth. You're like, I see the teeth.
When I see
have whiter
a drug
teeth than
dog
me.
stroll up, I want like intimidation factor.
You want the person who has
Like,
the drugs to like.
What is it, a Malamute? Or a Shep?
Malamute's like a husky.
Okay, never mind. There's like
a
really...
Belgian Malinois.
Yeah.
Those
like,
things
dude,
are
that thing
terrifying.
strolls up, you're just like, I'm going to jail. I'm fucked. Like,
Yeah.
this is it.
I'm giving myself in. This thing's gonna
Yeah.
fuck me up.
You know that handler's hoping, please run, boy, please run.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, so U.S. Custom and Border Protection officials announced the record-breaking bust during a Thursday morning press conference. Michael Humphreys, the port's director, said a 26-year-old Mexican national has been arrested. Humphreys said the drugs were hidden in a secret compartment in a tractor trailer carrying cucumbers. I mean, I guess if I were smuggling drugs, cucumbers might be an okay one, you know? Kind of unassuming, right? I don't know.
I think I'd go with something a little smellier. Like rotten potatoes or something.
What about cabbage?
Cabbage.
Connies smell like cabbage and have tiny hands. I think I've referenced that before on the podcast. Either way, Austin Powers. Humphreys said the tractor trailer was singled out for a secondary inspection, at which point an X-ray machine showed anomalies at the back of the trailer. So whatever that means. If you can do an X-ray of the truck, it's got to be just like powder inside of vegetables. Or
I don't know. When they do the X-rays for it, there's certain, with certain layouts of the trucks. There's a map of where they expect to see things, and there's when they say anomaly, they saw something on the scan that they did not expect to see.
Probably just
a
like
little
empty
bit
space
denser.
even.
Yeah, where it should have been empty space, it was a little
Or
denser.
it didn't
Or like
look.
the
It's
opposite.
there's a difference from where the whole point of the truck was to where they were looking, and they go, "Oh, well, this doesn't look like. Oh, you guys have cucumbers all the way around, but this doesn't look like."
Right. All I'm saying is a cucumber looks a lot different than a bag of Coke.
All right. Greg is into cucumbers and cocaine. All right, moving on. A canine unit was then brought in, and a drug-sniffing dog detected an odor coming from a secret compartment. When officers breached the compartment, they found 254 pounds of fentanyl and 395 pounds of methamphetamine. Probably bringing it to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Just throwing that out there.
Sounds like a party.
How much?
Sounds like a trailer party right there.
It's like the
Trailer party,
smallest amount of fentanyl that can actually kill you, right?
What is the smallest amount?
Yeah. What is
Oh,
the overdose?
tiny amount.
It's like you touch it and you can fucking.
It's
overdose.
a tiny
But
amount.
it's used in the medical field as a.
It's either some sort of anesthetic or a sedative or something like. I'm not sure.
But obviously in a regulated dose, not like people just with what's going on nowadays. With these busts where it's just the same level of having the amphetamines.
254 pounds of fentanyl is absurd.
It's enough to kill America.
Everybody in America, yes, absolutely. The fentanyl alone makes the bust historic. What are you laughing at? All right. Makes the bust historic. In the largest it's the largest amount ever seized in one go. The previous record was set in 2017 when Nebraska state troopers stopped a truck with 118 pounds of the super strong opioid, according to NBC News. Well, oh yeah, so that makes sense. So it's about twice as much as the previous record. Humphreys said the fentanyl was valued at $3.5 million, and the methamphetamine was valued at $1.1 million. And that's like street value, I'm guessing, right?
Probably. I think they do generally do street value for bus.
Because if you're going to do like fentanyl or whatever in a medical field, it's way more, absolutely. If you had that, what is it, 300 and whatever pounds of fentanyl in a medical field, that's so much. People are probably paying.
Oh, they jack the prices up.
Well,
because
Yeah,
it's
oh,
a
yeah. They know
because
they
it's,
can.
insurance covers it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
it's a regulated product at that point. It's not just going to Joe Schmo on the street here throwing it around and whatever he feels like.
You're telling me Billy Bathtub isn't mixing this up?
That's exactly who's mixing it up is Billy
Ooh.
B.
Billy Bathtub.
I got high with Johnny Hopkins and Billy Bathtub. Just kidding.
Sloan Calloway.
Yeah. Sloan Kettering. All right, so the Mexican national who is transporting the load has not been named, but officials say that he has been charged with 2 counts of possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance. President Donald Trump tweeted about the bust on Thursday. "Thanks, as always, for a job well done," he said. Sorry, flipping pages. And that's the end of my story, apparently, because I think I forgot to print off the last page. All right, guys, so that's it. Donald Trump gave a shout out, and that's it.
Yeah. Shout out to Mueller. Good
Ku-
luck, bro.
More kudos to that dog, man. He's an all-star.
True hero.
He's the true hero in this situation. Unfortunately, that dog can't read the report yet.
Yet.
Yeah, I'm still working my way through all 448 pages, but what are you looking at, Scott?
Oh, so the last thing that was here, and I hesitated
There's more?
because, well, it's kind of the last fact. It said these are the new deadliest drugs in America, fentanyl and heroin. Not trying to bring us down. But then it goes back to the rapper Mac Miller's toxicology report reveals his death was caused by a mix of fentanyl, alcohol, and cocaine. Not a good mix. And then Prince died with exceedingly high levels of the drug fentanyl that's 30 times stronger than heroin is in his system, according to a new report. I don't know how true that is, but pretty wild. Fentanyl's crazy, man. Stay away from that shit.
Don't do drugs, kids.
And that's why you don't do drugs. All right, man. Yeah, so we had some average at best stories today, I think.
Yeah? I mean, what?
I don't know. I was asking
were you
your
looking
opinion.
for a comment?
Did you need
or-
the teleprompter with the question mark at the end of that?
Yes.
Some average at best stories. Greg? Is your name Greg? What'd you think, Rob? This is the first time Rob sat in on a podcast.
Yeah,
What'd you
this
think?
is first time I've been here. I mean, yeah, average is a good term. I mean, I'd have to.
All right, everyone. We're trying to say this wasn't our finest showing today.
No worries.
It's not like Caddyshack top-notch boys, but top-notch gentlemen. But it was a great experience. I mean, there's some good stories, some good laughs had today. I mean, thanks for having me on today. It was a good experience. Had a good time catching up.
Hell yeah, Rob. Give us before we finalize this episode, we conclude this. So just tell everybody what you do. Maybe give a shout out to somebody that is meaningful to you, like your dog, your mom, your girlfriend, or your company, or something.
Oh, so my name's. Last name, you do full introductions here?
You can do it, yeah. It's
whatever you want, man.
So, my name is Rob Heyer. I, grew up in Rochester here with, the Barkology boys today. Obviously, Scott did the intro, in between Ithaca and Pittsburgh. I'd like to give a shout out to my girlfriend, Kat, who is at the bridal shower of Scott's fiancee, Leah.
Woo!
And I'd like to give a shout out to a friend of mine in Las Vegas, if he ever listens to this podcast, Sam. This would be right up his alley. I'm sure. Hopefully, when he's back here, maybe he can make a guest appearance. This would be something that he's a conversationalist. He'd love to have some input in.
Sam's a great dude. I'll vouch for that.
So I mean, that's my spiel.
All right.
Awesome.
And again. Thanks for having me on today. It's been an experience and a fun time today.
Love you, Rob.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming.
Do you have anything else, Greg?
Nope.
All right, I am going to wrap it up. So follow us as always. Barkology Podcast everywhere, social media, where you listen to podcasts, everywhere. Stitcher, Apple, on your headphones, in your car, just walking around with your dog. Listen to it
as you sleep.
As you sleep, yeah. Barkology Podcast. The only one that's different is Barkology Pod on Twitter. Love you guys. You can check out the WAG swag, all the gear, order whatever you want at barkology.itemorder.com. Still getting more stuff, trying to bring the prices down, but you guys are the best. It seems like the stickers and the tumblers are the most favorite, so check those out. The most favorite
I don't know, man.
Are that's what most people are buying, but check those out, and we love you. And Rob, we always wrap it up with a little Wagmore
Bark less, baby.
Woo! Woo!